Hi Captivators! Have you ever heard about a river whose flow is invisible to us for most of the year? Yes, a river whose flow is invisible to us. This river is considered a holy river among the Hindus and it also holds a special place in Buddhism. In today's video, we'll take a deep dive and explore the reason behind this surprising phenomena which differentiates this river from most of the rivers on the planet. The Falgu River in Bihar, India, represents one of the world's most fascinating hydrological phenomena. This sacred waterway, which flows past the holy city of Gaya, exhibits extraordinary characteristics that distinguishes it from most of the rivers through its underground flow pattern and its seasonal behavior. So before going into the scientific and the geological reasons explaining the subterranean nature of this river, first let's look at the mythological reasons which explains its behavior. This is going to be very interesting, so keep watching the video till the end. The most prominent explanation for Falgu's subterranean nature is embedded in Ramayana and various Purans. So, during the exile of Lord Ram and goddess Sita, they had to perform Pindan for Lord Ram's father, late King Dasharath. For those who don't know, Pindan is a Hindu ritual where offerings are made to the deceased ancestors to help their souls attain peace and liberation. While Ram and Lakshman were away gathering provisions for the ritual, Sita was waiting for them near the Falgu river. When the Muhurat was gradually ending and Ram and Lakshman didn't return, Sita decided to complete the ritual, granting salvation to her father-in-law. To validate her act upon Ram's return, Sita asked 5 witnesses, the Falgu river, the Tulsi plant, a cow, a Brahman priest, and the Akshayvatam, which was an ancient banyan tree. When Ram returned, 4 out of 5 witnesses falsely denied that the event had taken place. Only the Akshayvatam remained truthful. Enraged by their betrayal, Sita pronounced a series of curses that reshaped the local ecology and culture. The Falgu river was cursed to lose its surface water flow and be hidden from view as a consequence of its life. The other false witnesses also received corresponding punishments. The Brahman was cursed to always remain unsatisfied regardless of how much wealth he has. The Tulsi plant was banished from Gaya. In contrast, the faithful Akshayvatam was granted immortality, its leaves never to wither. Even today, if you visit Gaya, you can observe all these curses to be true. The Falgu river doesn't have its surface flow. You will rarely find a Tulsi plant germinating from the soil in the city of Gaya. The Akshayvatam remains a site of worship to this day. Isn't it shocking? The city of Gaya is the main center for Pindan for the Hindus. During Pitri Paksh, Hindus from different parts of the world come to Gaya to perform this ritual, granting salvation to their ancestors. In Buddhist tradition, Falgu is known by an ancient name, Niranjana, and its significance is directly tied to the life of Siddhartha Gautama. The river's wide, sandy banks served as his location for years of intense self-deprivation in his quest for truth. Weakened by fasting, he accepted a humble offering of kheer from a village girl named Sujata, which was a pivotal moment in his spiritual journey. This act led him to a realization, and he then crossed the Niranjana, sat beneath the Bodhi tree, and meditated until he attained enlightenment. You can still find the Sujata Stupa across the Falgu river in the town of Bodh Gaya. Okay, so till now we have discussed the religious significance of this river. Now it's time to decode the science behind the uniqueness of this river. The scientific explanation for Falgu's behavior lies far south of Gaya in its geological origins. The Falgu river is formed by the confluence of 2 parent streams, the Lilajan and the Mohana, which originates from the hilly areas of the Chota Nagpur Plateau. This region is dominated by hard crystalline rocks, primarily the granite, gneiss and the schists. Over geological time, the weathering and erosion of these rocks have produced an immense volume of coarse-grained sediment, primarily sand. The river transports this sand from the hilly regions to the plains of Bihar. As this river comes down to the plains, its energy diminishes, causing it to deposit its heavy sediment load. This process, repeated over millions of years, has created a wide and deep channel filled with quaternary alluvium, which refers to the loose, unconsolidated layers of sand, gravel, silt, and clay. So, this vast channel passing through Gaya is essentially a massive, highly porous deposit of sand. Studies have indicated that the thickness of this alluvium deposit can be 30 to 50 meters. So, for most of the year, the river, instead of flowing over its riverbed, percolates downward through the highly permeable sand and gravel. Imagine the level of permeability. So this transforms the river into something which is known as an unconfined aquifer, which is basically a body of groundwater flowing beneath the riverbed through the deposits of sand and gravel. The thick layer of sand acts as a natural filter and storage medium, creating the unseen Falgu, which is readily accessible just below the surface. You can even just dig with your hand and you can see the flow of the river. During the monsoon months of July and August, intense rainfall generates massive surface runoff which exceeds the infiltration capacity of the dry riverbed. During this period, the Falgu transforms into a powerful, turbulent surface river, often subjected to floods. When the rains subside, the surface water reduces rapidly and gradually the remaining water seeps through the soil, recharging the aquifer. This seasonal recharge is confirmed by the groundwater level data, which shows that the water table is much closer to the surface post-monsoon, that is 2 to 5 meters, as compared to the pre-monsoon, which is 5 to 10 meters below the ground. The story of Falgu teaches us a very important lesson. Sometimes the greatest truths aren't visible on the surface. It takes the lens of science to dig beneath the sand of the mystery and reveal the incredible reality flowing just beneath our feet. Religions and traditions give us meaning, but science gives us understanding. It doesn't take away the magic of Mother Sita's curse. It adds another layer of wonder, showing us the incredible geological forces that make such a story possible. That's the beauty of science. It doesn't take away wonder, it fuels it. Never lose the voice inside you that asks why. This single word is the most powerful tool in the universe. It can part the sand of a dry river to find a hidden stream, and it can part the veil of the unknown to reveal the cosmos. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also mention your thoughts in the comment section. Your curiosity is your superpower. Use it. Jai Hind.